session this morning. But how will all of these overnight cues impact our own markets? We have our research team joining in with how the trade setup looks like and the stocks that are likely to be in the news today. First up, Sudarshan joins us to get all the market cues we need to watch out for. Sudarshan, good morning. I guess all the overnight cues won't really matter today considering HDFC Bank.
That's so true. Morning, Horma. So market on Tuesday saw profit booking at record levels, but Nifty's intraday low has been higher than previous day, and for the first time, Nifty managed to hold the levels above 24,000 even in the intraday move. And in intraday swings, we saw a major fall, especially in banking names, and that led to Nifty Bank falling more than 1% or say 660 points from day's high. And the drags came majorly from names like ICICI Bank, SBI, Kotak, and IndusInd Bank. And if we talk about the support for market, once again, it was IT, and there was one name from banking space too. It was HDFC Bank. So the question is, why was HDFC Bank higher despite other banks seeing a major fall? The answer is investors were waiting for the June shareholding, which came yesterday evening, and it indicates that FI holding in the company has slipped below 55%, which has created a headroom of more than 25% and may lead to flows in the range of $3 to $4 billion in the company. Now, even in today's session, the stock is expected to be a major support for both Nifty and Nifty Bank. Now, talking about the institutional flows, we saw continued selling by FIs, while DIIs have bought for third straight day. And from global markets too, cues are looking stable for today. On Tuesday, we saw US market closing at day's high after Fed chairman's statement saying he is satisfied with the progress made on inflation. Even US 10-year yield too cooled off to 4.43%, but crude remains elevated but steady. Brent is around $87 per barrel. And tracking all these cues, GIFT Nifty is indicating start once again at a record high. Lastly, in the cues to watch, we have US initial jobless claims. Estimates are we might see an addition of 235,000. And lastly, FOMC meeting minutes is expected at 11:30 p.m. tonight.
Plenty of global cues to watch out for as well. Sudarshan, thanks a lot for that. Now over to Vamakshi, who would list out the stocks that you need to watch out for in today's session. Vamakshi, good morning.
Well, good morning, Hormaz. Let me first start off with HDFC Bank. FII holding has fallen below 55%, and this in turn paves way for possible increase in MSCI weight, and this in turn leads to could lead to fresh inflows. Nuvama expects $3.2 to $4 billion worth of inflows to come through for HDFC Bank. Yes Bank is the next stock that we will be watching out for. Q1 update coming in from them. Deposits saw an uptick of 21% YOY, but were down nearly 0.5% on a sequential basis. Advances were up nearly 15% and up only 1% on a sequential basis. M&M Finance reported a rather weak operational update for the first quarter. Disbursements for the month of June were up 2.8% YOY and down nearly 1% on a month-on-month basis. Asset quality also deteriorated, with stage 3 at around 3.6% as compared to 3.4% sequentially, and stage 2 at around 6.1% as compared to 5% sequentially. Avenue Supermarts is the next counter we will be watching out for, and that is because the standalone revenue in the first quarter was up 18% YOY, and the total number of stores as of June 30th now stand at 371. Mall reported an uptick of almost 14.5% in its sales, and production was up by nearly 8%. Hindustan Zinc reported a 2% jump in mined metal production, 1% jump in saleable metal production, 1% higher in refined zinc production, and 2% higher in refined lead production. IEX in its business update for the month of June said that total electricity volume was up nearly 25% YOY. Green market volume also improved significantly. Day ahead market volume was up nearly 18%, and real-time electricity market volume was up 20%. Order wins galore for KEC International. They've received new orders worth 1,000 odd crores in the T&D business. Badi Energies have bagged an order to supply nearly 900 megawatt of modules for Serentica Renewables in Rajasthan, and RVNL has bagged an order worth 133 crores from Central Railway. And lastly, we will be focusing on Zee Entertainment. Anurag Bedi has resigned as the Chief Business Officer of Zee Music, and his role will be now taken over by Mr. Umesh Bansal, who is currently heading the movies business of the company.
Well, another top-level exit at Z Entertainment. We'll keep an eye out of that. Vamakshi, thanks a lot for those updates. And lastly, Nigel joins in with cues from the FNO space. Nigel, good morning. We took a bit of a break yesterday, but I guess the upside is likely to resume today.
Well, that's right. HDFC Bank, that's going to be the big focal point in today's trading session. We start off in the green just in the back of that big heavyweight because of the MSCI rejig, with the street will start pricing in. But just to give you a couple of data points, well, the street is positioned for this event actually. And they're positioned very, very well. In fact, if you look at it from the Valentine's Day low, well, the stock is up close to around 25% odd. And in today's trading session, which is the 3rd of July 2024, we're all set to hit a fresh 52-week high. And last year, this is exactly at the same time last year, we hit a 52-week high. The price is up for you on the screen, 1,758 rupees odd. What about the FI positioning? Well, they continue to remain net long, 87%, 83% of the positions on the long side, 17% on the short side. Even if you look at it in absolute terms, the FIs, they are net long, while the clients, they are on the short side. So both of them in different directions on index futures. Though on stock futures, both of them on the same side because both of them are net long, both the FIs as well as the clients. And if you look at it, the FIs in the last few sessions, well, the net long exposure to the stock futures have come down. From around 6.8 lakh odd, it's come down to around 6 lakh odd, but both of them are on the long side. Look at the options data. You have the two goalposts, so to call it. 24,200 call was active, 23,800 put was active. So the levels come up for you on the screen. Though we're going to see a gap up, that 24,300, 24,350, that's a bit of a resistance zone in the near term. And the level we went to a few sessions ago, 23,800, that's important on the downside. Though in the near term, that 24,000 odd mark is something we look at. The Nifty Bank. It's going to get that booster shot from HDFC Bank. Can it make a fresh all-time high? That's going to be important. My gut is, if HDFC Bank opens up 4-5% odd, maybe much of this play is already in the price, and that it'll be rather tricky to get in if we see such a big gap up. Back to you.
Returning gains with love to investors is HDFC Bank. An interesting observation from Nigel. Thanks a lot for that. The time for